going on, everybody? My name is Brandon. This is Potty Sports, your spot for uncensored and unfiltered sports opinions. Today, we are coming with the NBA playoffs. The first round is finally concluded. Thank fucking God. It felt like it dragged along in some places. And we are going to talk about everything that happened in the first round, some of the games that have already happened in the second round, and then we will drift into our predictions for the second round and conference finals from what has happened so far. We will start in the Eastern Conference. The Philadelphia 76ers defeated the Washington Wizards 4-1. What do you think of that series, George?
Called that one in the last video. I said they're going to take him out with or without Joel Embiid. I think they're going to take him out either way, and they got the job done. Westbrook he just doesn't have that playoff push. I don't know what it is. Westbrook came out again. I mean,
yes, he did.
What are you going to do, man? The 76ers were a better team. Yeah, either way, they were taking that series. So,
yeah, I find the 76ers are just a better overall unit. They can pick pieces from everywhere. Some people that you don't expect to pop off will just pop off out of nowhere. I mean, Seth Curry had 30 points in Game 5. Ben Simmons with a regular old triple-double like he does himself.
It'd be scary. It'd be scary if Simmons could shoot threes, man. Like, honestly.
It would. And I don't know how many off seasons he needs to kind of break that bubble of not shooting threes. Like, he doesn't even attempt them. He attempted some in the regular season, but like,
I don't know what point guard can't fucking shoot a three, man. I don't get it with that guy.
I don't get it either. I get the whole floor general idea, but at the same time, he would step his game up even more and be even more lethal if he could shoot the ball from three. Like, a lot of defenders push off on him and just sit back in the key waiting for him to drive because they know he's not going to shoot when he's on the point.
Exactly.
So he's either going to dish or drive. So he needs to be a triple threat. In Game 5 as well, Tobias Harris, 28 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. But the biggest surprise was Dwight Howard, 8 for 10 from the free throw line. Absolutely fucking disgusting.
Fucking
caught me by surprise.
Giannis Antetokounmpo needs to take some fucking pointers, I think.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Big man Dwight Howard, kind of on the his peak of his career is already gone, but he is still contributing, and he's going to be contributing for the 76ers' success in time to come.
Yeah. People forget he's an all-star, man. Yeah. He was an all-star. Like,
he was
still got it in him.
He was an absolute fucking rim protector.
Fucking Superman.
Superman, exactly. The Brooklyn Nets defeated the Boston Celtics 4-1. The three-headed monster was very prevalent. James Harden, 34 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds. Kyrie Irving, 25 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, and Kevin Durant, 24 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. They together were 27 for 47 from the field, 18 from 21 from the free throw line, and 11 from 20 from three-point. Like, that's fucking disgusting.
They did their thing, man. Like, they did what they needed to do, got them out of there. I mean, if you let Boston back in one game, that's a series, especially with Tatum heating up. Like,
Tatum still put up a 30-piece in that game.
Oh, yeah. As well. Yeah, like, Tatum was that fucking team, that whole series. But, like Boston has a good team. That's what I don't get. Like, they have Marcus Smart, they have fucking Jaylen Brown. Like, they're solid, but like, you can't compete with Kyrie, James Harden, Kevin Durant. Those are 3 of the best fucking players in the NBA. So
I believe Jaylen Brown was still injured, and Kemba Walker had some sort of bruise on one of his bones. I don't really understand how a bruise impacts or pains a player for being injured.
Playoffs, you need to fucking step up and play, but
definitely. Yeah. You see who the real beasts of the league are in the playoffs, and we're starting to see that. Atlanta Hawks defeated the New York Knicks 4-1. I really thought the Knicks would compete a little more in this series, but Trae Young kind of took over. 36 points, 4 rebounds, 9 assists, 13 for 15 from the free throw line, and he was pretty cold from the three-point line in Game 5. He was 3 for 11, which is kind of gross, but they pulled off the win. There wasn't much contribution from Derrick Rose and the supporting cast of Julius Randle and the New York Knicks. So I thought they would put up a bigger fight against Trae Young and the Hawks, but I guess.
Yeah. No, I agree, man. I thought going back to New York, they were going to take that game, and then it was going to get a little chilly the next game. You know what I mean? But
Ice Tray.
But Ice Tray came out a game earlier than I expected and took them out in fucking 5. So yeah, Derrick Rose played like shit. 27 minutes, fucking 6 points. It's just not cutting it.
No.
Julius Randle, he still had his double, but I mean, fuck, he was tremendous during the fucking regular season, and he needs to do that in the playoffs, straight up. So,
and we were seeing a lot of like 23, 25 point games, solid all around from Julius Randle, but like Jason Tatum, like if you're gonna get a Jason Tatum steal of a game, you gotta put up like a 50-piece, 40-piece at least, and you need somebody there on your side to put up like 15 or 20 and just be a threat.
That's the thing with the Knicks. Like they don't have that guy to do that. You know what I mean? Like
no,
they don't have that guy that can go off for 50. Like maybe once in a blue moon, but like RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, Derrick Rose, like I don't see any of them guys doing it. And those are like the stars of their team kind of thing, you know? So.
It was pretty apparent that the New York Knicks are still developing. It was good to see them in the playoffs again, but
yeah, it was. And yeah, Madison Square Garden was dope to see fucking lit up like that. So
yeah, and I expect them to be a conversation in the Eastern Conference for years to come. They were really heavy in the draft the last 5 or 6 years, drafting some big key pieces, and they're still figuring it out. But they know now that Julius Randle can kind of take some weight off of the whole organization's shoulders. Like he was a huge surprise this season, the way he popped off.
Just came out of nowhere, and that's like you said, that's huge for them.
Rome wasn't built in a day, and New York wasn't built in a day either. There's no exception to the rule on that. And that brings us to the Western Conference. The Utah Jazz defeated the Memphis Grizzlies 4-1. The Grizzlies out-rebounded the Grizzlies out-rebounded the Utah Jazz 51-39 in Game 5. The Jazz had a 35-point lead at one point somehow, but Mitchell, Gobert, and Clarkson all went for 20+. Conley was a bit quiet with 11 minutes and 7 points. I mean, he didn't really get the minutes production to kind of warm himself up and put up a 20-piece with the rest of them, but I mean, I wasn't really shocked that the Utah Jazz took over the Memphis Grizzlies. Just way more experience, way more playoff experience. Donovan Mitchell is back and shining in full effect. What do you think about the Utah Jazz Grizzlies series?
Yeah, no, I definitely expected Utah to take it. I mean, talking about the number 1 team. Jordan Clarkson, like I said, he can go off anytime, like 6th man of the year, right? He can go off any random time just like that. So that 24 piece really helped him out. Got Donovan Mitchell putting up his double-double with 30. I mean, Rudy Gobert with his usual double-double because guy's a rebound freak. And then, I mean, John Morant he played good, man. Like 27, 11, and 7. He played good, and Dylan Brooks had 27 as well, but it's just not, you got one of the best teams in the NBA you're going against. So, like, yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah, the Utah Jazz are just, what are you going to do? The Utah Jazz are just so much better all around of the team, and just they've had playoff experience the last couple of years. They built a solid core, and bringing Donovan Mitchell back into the first round was a pretty good addition to the team, I would say. I mean, they've got their stud. They've got Rudy Gobert on the boards. He's a big paint presence on offense and defense, and they have a good supporting cast in Conley and Clarkson. You can pop off whenever. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do in the second round. And that brings up the elephant in the room. The Phoenix Suns defeated the Los Angeles Lakers 4-2 in that series. The Suns just came out in game, I believe it was 5. It was just a whole different monster. We thought Chris Paul was going to be a liability with his shoulder, whatever happened there. He got a lightning bolt to the forehead and it just went down his shoulder. I don't really know what happened, but I can't really make jokes. Chris Paul really picked it up in the last couple of games, and he basically played the floor general while Devin Booker shot the fucking lights out. The Suns had a 36-point lead in game 5 and never turned back. The turnovers were a huge contributor to the Phoenix Suns. They only had 4 turnovers in game 5, which if the Los Angeles Lakers defense, one of the best points against defense in the league, isn't forcing turnovers against a team like Phoenix, they're not going to win at all. The turnovers were 16-4 in favor of the Phoenix Suns. And Cameron Payne, 16 points in 18 minutes. He absolutely popped off, came in, made a fucking statement and left. Basically, give a big fuck you to Anthony Davis and LeBron James. Actually, Anthony Davis, I believe, was out Game 5 because of his groin injury, and then came back in Game 6.
Yeah, he played for 5 minutes in Game 6. Yeah.
And in Game 6, Phoenix Suns shot 96% from the free throw. That's very hard to stop. You need to force some of their shitty shooters to be on the free throw line, foul them, push the ball into their hands, and then make them drive, not their top free throw shooters. Devin Booker had 47 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, was 8 for 10 from the three-point line. Had an absolute fucking game, ate the Los Angeles Lakers alive. And Jay Crowder, surprisingly, 18 points, 8 rebounds, 0 assists, 6 for 9 from 3 as well. So they were shooting the fucking lights out. The Los Angeles Lakers perimeter defense was not there. And basically the Phoenix Suns had their fucking way with LeBron and the Los Angeles Lakers. Lastly, what I'm going to say about the Lakers was the rotations were all over the place. Like I keep fucking saying, Frank Vogel can't be there next year. They need LeBron and AD need to get together and plan on who's going to remain a Los Angeles Laker and then hit the market for pieces to fill the void. They need better three-point shooters, and they also just need better perimeter defense as well. And they need a big man, like a 5, to take the pressure off Anthony Davis not to play the 5, because Anthony Davis is a good perimeter defender, and he sits well on the perimeter for three-pointers on the offensive end as well. But that's all I'm going to say about Phoenix.
Yeah, guy can shoot threes. Heard Steph's contract's come to an end. I don't know if Lakers are looking for a point guard, but
that's funny. There was an article out today that the 76ers got a tampering fine because of a tweet they made about Steph Curry.
Oh fuck! I mean, who wouldn't want to have that guy on your team though?
Is he going to hang out with his bro next year or what?
I don't know, man.
No,
it's hard to say. I think he's too loyal.
I think he is too, and I don't think he would ditch Clay like that. Clay has taken the last couple of years off, and
you can't split up the Splash Brothers, and they're not the Splash Brothers anymore, you know. So
no, and Clay has been patiently waiting to come back, and Steph's waiting for him to come back, and Steph can't.
Clay's ready
on them. I see Steph sign like a 3-year deal with the Golden State Warriors, max contract, just to see what the fuck's happening with the organization. The organization tried to put pieces in play, like with Andrew Wiggins and Kelly Oubre, and they had one of the top draft picks, Wiseman. So
yeah, Wiseman. I don't even know. Yeah, I mean, Wiseman just he didn't pop off like they thought he was gonna, man. He didn't do anything. Fucking guy.
He needs to hang out with Draymond Green in the offseason and get some more defensive.
I could go on for days about that fucking useless fucking team. Other than Steph. Love you, bud.
What do you think about the Suns Lakers though?
Yeah, Suns Lakers fucking man, Devin Booker though, fucking 47 fucking points. Like the guy wants playoffs, man. He's hungry.
He took it to another level.
He's hungry from getting snubbed from the All-Star game all those years too, I think. But I mean, LeBron did his thing. Fuck, what are you gonna do? He didn't have much help. I mean, Dennis Schroeder's your second highest scorer. Fucking, I think Montrezl Harrell needs to be put on rotation a little more than he is. 8 minutes. I mean, the guy was an awesome player last year. Like,
he was 6th man of the year last year, and Frank Vogel refused to plug him into the rotation.
Yeah,
working out, especially with Anthony Davis out as well. It made no sense, and Frank kind of needs to answer.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I didn't get not seeing Harrell out there more. I mean, yeah, that stunned me. But the Suns were hungry. Fucking Chris Paul just did his thing with his 12 fucking assists. Nothing much more. 8 points and 2 rebounds. So, but that's what he does, right? He's the general, and they got the job done.
The Suns are, I thought they weren't as good as they were until they started playing against the Lakers, and they're just so fast paced, and they have Chris Paul who can play the point and dish off to Cameron Payne and Devin Booker on the wings, and they have Jay Crowder who can step up, make a couple threes here and there, and
exactly.
They have DeAndre Ayton in the paint, so they have everything covered. It's just a matter of can they stably compete against these teams coming up like the Clippers and the Jazz. And
I think they're hungry enough to, man. Yeah. Booker wants it too. You see it in him.
And it's going to be a whole different play style as well against the Denver Nuggets, because the Denver Nuggets play more perimeter game than paint game. Yeah. Like Nikola Jokic, he might be a big boy, but he can stretch the fucking floor. And
guy can do it all, man, for his size. It's fucked.
He looks like he's slow just by his structure, but he's not slow at all. He can be there. He's a good piece. But Los Angeles Lakers really disappointed me. There's been rumors about the Portland Trailblazers. Damian Lillard wants Jason Kidd, who is the Los Angeles Lakers assistant coach, to be the head coach of the Portland Trailblazers next year. I believe Portland let go of their head coach already after they got fucking kicked out of the playoffs. So it'll be interesting to see the coaching scramble at the end of the season. But personally, what I think is Frank Vogel's going to be on the coaching market in the offseason, and I believe Jason Kidd's going to be the new head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, J. Kidd has just more basketball knowledge and IQ, just especially as a point guard, Hall of Famer as well. And I think he's just that Phil Jackson-esque in the Bulls before Phil took over. But not as much of a wizard as Phil is, of course. I would never try and discredit Phil Jackson from his accomplishments, because he's just a different beast of head coach. But it'll be interesting to see the head coach scramble in the offseason.
Just to show everyone who's been balling on them. That guy right there, they call the Joker, Jokic.
That's a bad man.
That's a bad fucking man right there.
That's a bad man.
Holy fuck, I had to pull it out.
We'll keep going with the Western Conference. The Denver Nuggets defeated the Portland Trailblazers 4-2. The game 5, I believe it was 147 to 140. I mean, I know it was in fucking overtime, but where's the defense in that game? Like, give me a fucking break. That's just absolutely disgusting. Damian Lillard went absolutely off. 55 points, 6 rebounds, 10 assists. He was 17 for 24 from the field, 9 for 10 from the free throw line, and 12 for 17 from three-pointer. I believe he now has the record for most threes in a playoff game.
He passed Klay Thompson's record. He did.
Play the man. And
had three. They had 3 people with a double-double too, and they're starting 5, man.
That was just one of those games that's close all the way, and then the last 4 or 5 minutes, it just gets lopsided. Portland Trailblazers ran out of gas and just couldn't compete with the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets just have a spread offense. They had 10 points out of Jokic, Aaron Gordon, Rivers, Porter, and Morris. They've got 5 guys that have over 10 points.
Monte Morris went off, man. 28. Fuck.
Yeah, disgusting. Jokic had 38, 11, and 9. Another disgusting game for him as well. But the big statement of that is, like, who do you double team? Like, because you're going to have to double team a weapon, but everyone is putting up points. So there's no one to double team. You have to play spread defense. And when you play spread defense, you're leaving yourself up for holes to be manipulated, which is exactly what happened.
Yeah, it was just a lose-lose situation for them that night. I mean, Portland Trailblazers played amazing, but Denver just played that much better. And Dame time went off, man, but I don't know. Like, I don't know if he's going to stay there. Like, I know he said he was loyal before, but I don't know if you saw, I think he tweeted something on his Instagram. Fucking,
I didn't see it.
Something about, it was like a rap lyric or something out of a song, but it was just something about staying loyal to the team kind of thing. I'd have to look more into it, but it just kind of struck me that maybe he does want to make the switch and try a different team in the future, because doesn't seem to be working out for him. He fucking plays his goddamn heart out every fucking night.
He also he also needs to be in the ear of the organization as well. They need to put more pieces around him.
Yeah.
Like Carmelo Anthony, as much as it pains me to say, he is good in the regular season. He can pick you up 8-10 points here and there, but why wouldn't you give the roster spot to a guy who's developing, who can, you know, bring his game to a different level? We already know what to expect of Carmelo Anthony, and Carmelo Anthony is on the swift decline in his career. It would pain me to even see Melo come off the bench, and it would pain Melo too. So, well, like a permanent bench spot, like 5 minutes a game, not like 10, 15 minutes like he gets now.
Yeah, he got 30 minutes in game 5. And yeah, that's just, unfortunately, I think that's a little too much for Melo at this time.
And game 6, the Nuggets spread offense struck again. 10 points out of Jokic, Gordon, Campoza, I think is how you pronounce it. Porter, Morris, and Green.
Campazzo.
Yeah. Thank you for the pronunciation.
No, it's all good, man.
But yeah, the spread attack struck again, and they took the series from the Trailblazers. The Trailblazers are just kind of getting known as that team that's let's get to the playoffs and then let's spoil it.
Yeah.
I expect them to hit the free agent market this year and try and pick up some pieces to help Dame, or after Dame's contract is up. They
needed, as much as I hate to say it, they need a number 2, because McCollum he isn't it, man.
No, CJ McCollum, he gets the odd 20, 25 point
game. He can randomly pop off, but like you can't have randomly pop off. You need fucking go all the fucking time right now.
Yeah, especially where it's a league of all dynamic duos.
Yeah.
At least. Like every team has like 2 offensive threats that are actual like pure fucking threats. So
yeah, I think Dame's just gonna get tired of fucking putting his all into it and not getting any results. And the team not fucking helping them out in the off season by, like you said, putting pieces together for him. Fuck.
Yeah, he's balling. That's not a question.
Yeah, he's balling. You want the guy to stay? Fucking show it. Give him some fucking help.
Yeah. And last but not least, the Los Angeles Clippers defeated the Dallas Mavericks in 4-3. Close fucking series, man. The whole goddamn time. It was back and forth between Luka Doncic and Kawhi Leonard.
Fuck, man.
They went trading blows.
Just both went off like fucking crazy.
Game 5, Luka, 42 points, 8 rebounds, 14 assists, 6 for 12 from the 3-point line. Game 6, Kawhi, 45 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 for 9 from 3-point line. Reggie Jackson had 25 points and 9 rebounds in game 6. And Paul George also put up a 20-piece and 13 rebounds, which is, I mean, how do you stop that? 3 fucking players putting up at least 20, and then Kawhi had the 45 chip. And they're all rebounding. They're all playing solid defense. And then game 7, Luka Doncic, 46 points, 7 rebounds, 14 assists. Porzingis finally fucking showed up. A little too late, though. 16 points, 11 rebounds. And the Clippers had a spread attack as well from 10-plus points from Batum, George, Jackson, Morris, Leonard, Maine, and Kennard. So, I mean, it was just back and forth the whole time, but the experience kind of showed its hand at the end there. I feel bad for Luka Doncic because they put Kristaps Porzingis in place to be a second threat. And Porzingis, when he came into the league, was like a dual threat. He was a paint presence. He's 7'1", and he could shoot the odd ball. Like, he's not a sniper by any means, but he can fucking shoot the ball. Now it's just cold. Like, he showed up in game 7, and it's a little too late to show up in game 7, and you're only putting up 16 points. It's not against the Los Angeles Clippers.
Yeah. Yeah, and they had fucking four of their starting 5 with a fucking double-double. I mean, I think the fucking star of the series was Luka, even though they lost. I mean, fucking kid went off. I think all in all, it just comes down to, like you said, experience and depth. Like, the Clippers just have a little better team when it comes down to it.
All around, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think Rondo had like five minutes or something in game 7 or something.
9.
9?
Nine,
Yeah,
9 minutes. Yeah.
And Rondo, in my opinion, is a better point guard than Reggie Jackson. Like, yeah, Reggie put up 25, but in game 6, but
Yeah. Yeah, Pat Beverly, he's still injured, right? Yeah. Yeah. I don't think he played. But yeah, either way, Rondo should be playing over Reggie Jackson and Pat Beverly, in my opinion.
In my opinion as well.
Yeah.
He's not a scorer, but he pushes the ball, and then you can have Reggie Jackson come off the bench, and if you need a boost while Kawhi Leonard sits out or Paul George sits out, you can get that from him. Which I see that being the formula for success when they play. I believe, who the fuck do they play? They play tonight.
Yeah.
They play the Jazz. They play the fucking Jazz. Yeah.
Fucking, that's going to be a good series.
Oh, it's going to be disgusting series.
Yeah.
But that concludes all of the first round. I mean, there was one game 7, I believe. Everything else was like a 5-game fucking series, 5 or 6 games. It wasn't really close at all. And then the second round, I expect to be a lot closer. The 76ers, Hawks had game 1. Hawks, they went 20 for 21 from the free throw line, 95%. And then the 76ers turned around and gave 69% from the free throw line, 24 for 35. Again, that's where you have to force the shooters or the big men to be making the free throws. And you need to play a more suffocating perimeter defense to push the ball inside and then foul inside, not, foul the shooters or Trae Young. And no team overall should be putting up 95% from the free throw at all. Like, that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
The Hawks went 20 for 47 from the 3-point line, and then the 76ers went 10 for 29. Hawks shot 43%. The 76ers shot 34. I know that the 3-point game isn't really a crucial part of the 76ers offense, but you kind of need to dwindle the Hawks attack on the perimeter if you're going to compete.
You're going to have to match it a bit with something at least, yeah.
Especially with Ben Simmons, who's just a fucking lockdown defender, Matisse Thybulle as well. Like,
yeah. I mean, they got Danny Green on there. You'd think they got him for fucking threes, but I could have told you twice that guy is not the fucking answer for threes, and especially come playoff time. He's good in the regular season. Yeah, but he's a fucking bum. He might have one fucking pop-off game in the playoffs, but that'll be it for you. So
yeah, it's one pop-off game in like 20 games.
Yeah,
you just gotta get him on the right day.
He's going 0 for 7, 1 for 9, and the rest of them, fuck.
Ice Trae in game 1 had 35 points, 2 rebounds, 10 assists. The Hawks got good help as well from Collins, Bogdanovich, and Herter. And Joel Embiid, like, he's still fucking balled, man. He had 39 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 14 for 15 from the free throw line. So that tells you how much more shittier everybody else is on the free throw line on the 76ers squad.
Yeah.
So everybody else needs to make a fucking big step.
Yeah. Fucking Ben Simmons, fucking guy, can't shoot a ball to fucking save his life. Yeah. That's another guy I'd have on the fucking free throw line every fucking practice till he made fucking 20 in a row. Until you do, you're not fucking coming off that free throw line.
I don't get Ben Simmons. Like, I get the whole crash the board thing. I get the whole all-around player. I get that he probably idolized LeBron growing up. They're friends now, and he kind of modeled his game around LeBron. But
that makes sense. Yeah,
but attempt a fucking 3, dude. Like, just have the potential threat there. The fact that he just doesn't shoot 3-pointers is such a detriment to the team. And until he does that, like, this 76ers team might be in fucking trouble, especially against an offensive team like the Brooklyn Nets coming up soon, potentially on the schedule.
Yeah. No, I think he does. I think he does try to play a lot like LeBron, actually, now that you say it. LeBron is basically just a big point guard, just not in the point guard position, just like Ben Simmons, but Ben Simmons is in the point guard position. But LeBron, the difference is Bron shoots threes and can make them, whereas fucking Ben can't.
And he can make big threes too. But the biggest thing, the biggest thing in the 76ers Hawks game that struck me was the whole free throw percentage, like 20.
Yeah.
again, 20 for 21, the Hawks went. And 76ers, like Joel Embiid, he probably shot like 14 for 15. I believe that's like 97, 98%, which is over fucking expectation for Joel Embiid. He's like an 85% free throw shooter, 87% free throw shooter. So he fucking balled. He just needs his supporting cast to be out there and mainly play defense against his team on the perimeter.
Yeah, I mean, Seth Curry, I mean, he shouldn't be your second leading scorer on the team. I mean, sorry to say it, but Seth is not just, he's good. He can go off once in a while, but I mean, Simmons needs to fucking step up with the points. Fucking Danny Green needs to make fucking more. They need to fucking pull him out of the rotation because he's a fucking bum anyway.
Yeah.
Tobias Harris, he did his thing, 20 and 10, that's what he's good for.
They'll come around. I highly doubt that the 76ers are going to lose this series.
I don't think they will either. I think they'll come back for sure.
And Brooklyn Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks have met in the second round. They've played 2 games so far, and Brooklyn is up 2-0 on the Milwaukee Bucks. Game 1, the Bucks shot 20% from 3-point. You're not going to win any fucking basketball game shooting that poorly. It's worse than the Los Angeles Lakers. They were 58% from the free throw line, only got to the line 19 times as a team. The Nets also only got to the line 9 times, but their 3-point efficiency was just head and shoulders above the Milwaukee Bucks. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
They had a strong third quarter from the Nets, and Harden had 0 minutes, but 1 rebound on the stat sheet. I thought that was interesting.
Fuck, it's showing 1 minute, 1 rebound for me.
Oh, yeah. On mine, it showed 0 minutes, 1 rebound. So he must have played like 45 seconds and got the fuck off there.
Fuck.
Probably at the end of the game, just get a board and call it a fucking night. I don't know what happened there, but that was pretty interesting. And game 2. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jordan.
No, you're good, man.
And game 2, the Bucks had a weak 3-point percentage and free throw as well. 30% from the 3-point line and 44% from the free throw line. You are not going to win an NBA game putting up that kind of fucking stat line. The turnovers as well, they doubled the Nets turnovers. They had 16 turnovers. The Nets had 8. The biggest lead for Brooklyn was 49. I mean, like, I thought the fucking Lakers series was bad with the really quick leads, but when you have a 49-point lead, it's time to fucking coast for the night because that team is just morally and emotionally, psychologically fucking drained at that point. When they're up by 50 points, it's like a YMCA team playing against a fucking NBA All-Star team, and that's kind of what it's looking like through the first couple of games.
Yeah. Fucking James Harden went out, but like KD and Kyrie obviously stepped up big, and then Blake Griffin even kind of came out of nowhere and showed signs of the past there, putting 18 and 14 up. And I don't know if you saw that dunk he put on Giannis last game, but he kind of put Giannis on a poster last game.
No, I didn't see it.
Oh fuck, man! It looked fucking dope. It looked like old Blake for sure. But
yeah, they're playing him over DeAndre Jordan. I've seen too. Like DeAndre is just a coaching decision, not playing, and I don't really blame them. The only thing on DeAndre Jordan brings to the game is a paint presence, but yeah, maybe later in the series if Giannis kind of brings a more drive-powered game or is even more of a threat, maybe bring out DeAndre Jordan, but
Giannis kind of had the drive, I guess, in game 1. I mean, 34 and 11, but like, man, the guy, you got to shoot free throws better, man. Like, you can't be going fucking 2 for 7 shit and the fucking 2 for 9 in the playoffs, man. Like, especially when you're losing by 9 points, there's fucking 9 points right there. You need to get fucking in the fucking office and work on your fucking free throws, man.
It's pretty sad from a former
that's what I'm saying.
2-time MVP, I believe.
I mean, Shaq can really shoot free throws either, but sorry, Giannis is not on Shaq level, and will he ever be?
No, I don't believe so either. We're starting to see what is happening with Giannis is just kind of the same thing over and over again. Has a really lethal team in the regular season, may win a fucking playoff series here and there, but once he gets a really good team or gets any sort of threat to have a really good series, he crumbles, and especially at the free throw line. The free throw line, I will blame on Giannis, but I'll also blame on the whole team as well. They need to shoot better, and they need to shoot better from three as well. Like, what the fuck is Chris Middleton doing out there? Brooke Lopez needs to get his big fucking ass on the three-point line as well and start draining, but you're not really getting that.
Yeah, Chris Middleton should not be leading the team in rebounds. He should be leading the team in fucking three-pointers made, because that's his fucking job.
Yeah.
He's a shooter. He's a fucking shooter.
Are we calling a net sweep on the Bucks or what? Because the last game 2 was, I believe, 125-86. Like, that's a fucking blowout.
Do we know if
James Harden? I believe he's questionable.
Do we know if James Harden is back? Yeah.
I believe he's questionable for game 3, but yeah, I don't think it's a super serious injury. He'll be back at some point.
Either way, with him or without him, I still think Brooklyn has a better team.
Yeah. Maybe not on paper, but just on execution. They're just executing better when they have the 3-headed monster just working the way it works offensively. It's just disgusting. I still hold the philosophy that defense wins championships, but the Brooklyn Nets are kind of starting to change that theory with the whole
holy fuck,
absolutely shoot the fucking lights out on every single team.
That's fine. You got literally 5 2 past all-stars, but like 5 all-stars on your team, and DeAndre Jordan, Blake Griffin, Kevin, Kyrie, Harden. And then they had fucking, before he had those problems, fucking LaMarcus Aldridge too. Fuck.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck, man.
Yeah. I will speak it into existence. I believe the 76ers and the Nets are going to meet in the Eastern Conference Final, and that is going to be an absolute fucking sesh. It's going to be a defensive matchup versus all-out offensive attack, and it'll be interesting to see how those two teams compete. That'll be a really good series. I don't really see the Hawks taking anything from the 76ers. I can see the 76ers winning the next 4 games and just putting a fucking end to that little run that they're on. But in the Western Conference, there has been 1 game played because we were waiting on the Clippers and Mavericks series to kind of conclude. The Suns and the Nuggets played game 1. The Suns took game 1 from the Nuggets. 20 plus from Ayton, Bridges, Booker, and Chris Paul. My question is Chris Paul starting to figure out the playoffs? Chris Paul in the past can get your team to the conference finals. He knows how to play, but he just doesn't have that one thing to take it a step further. And going into the playoffs, I didn't see the Phoenix Suns being this lethal, especially when Chris Paul went down with that shoulder injury, but they're starting to really figure it out. Nikola Jokic was quiet with 22 points. Denver needs to find the second in command. They have a great supporting cast, but without Jamal Murray, Jokic needs an assist buddy, basically, is what I'm trying to get at. He needs somebody that he can rely on to dish the rock out, especially when he's playing high on the post or on the 3-point line. He is the field general of that team, and he needs that one reliable piece to kind of dish to and kind of take pressure off of him.
Yeah. I think the series really is going to come down to, I think Phoenix is going to take it. I think a big part of it is going to come down to Jamal Murray being injured, because that guy just, in last year's playoffs, you saw he brought the fire, man, in the playoffs. Like,
yeah, he did.
He has that killer mentality. And yeah, when you got fucking 4 guys putting up over 22, I mean, fuck. What are you going to do if you're the Nuggets? Fucking Jokic, he got 22, but I think Jokic can be a bit better than that. And I think he's going to need to be if he wants to take out the Suns.
Yeah, definitely Jokic needs to be putting up 35 plus if he's going to take on the Suns team. They need to
definitely
take away the perimeter attack that the Phoenix Suns have and just their overall pace of game. Like, they just play at such a fast pace. They pass the ball around so smoothly, and then they find the open shot, which is why the Lakers kind of fell to the Suns. The Suns have really surprised me the way that they're kind of executing their offense, and it's going to be pretty disgusting if the Phoenix Suns beat the Denver Nuggets. Yeah,
it will be, and I can see it happening.
I can see it happening too, especially it's just, man, I can't get over the pace that they play at. It's just so fast, and teams just defensively don't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
They will either drain you out or they'll just leave you in a mental confusion. Just the way that they move the ball. And it's been a real surprise. Do you want to just tell our fucking predictions now for the second round?
Sure.
We'll start with the Philadelphia 76ers Hawks series. We'll just go down the order.
Sure, I got 76ers coming back in that series. I'm going to say 76ers in 6.
I am taking the 76ers in 6 as well. The Brooklyn Nets, Milwaukee Bucks series.
I could see the Bucks taking 1 game. I'm going to say Nets in 5 for that one.
Great minds think alike. I am taking Brooklyn Nets to win in 5 as well.
Let's go.
The Phoenix Suns, Denver Nuggets series.
Oh, that's a tough series.
That's very tough.
I'm gonna take Phoenix. I'm gonna say 6. Yeah, 4 games to 2.
Did you steal my cheat sheet or something? Because
I didn't.
I am taking the Phoenix Suns in 6 games as well.
Let's go.
And the Utah Jazz, Los Angeles Clippers.
Let's see if we can.
I'll say mine first.
No. We got to keep it going here. Fucking. I am saying that series is going full 7.
I'm going to switch it up. I was going to say it was going to go 7, but I will say that the Los Angeles Clippers will take out the Utah Jazz in 6 games.
I knew it.
But, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Tonight is Tuesday. You're going to be watching this. It's going to be Wednesday, but I guess I'll just say yesterday's games, the Hawks are at the 76ers for game 2. The Los Angeles Clippers are at the Utah Jazz for the first game of that series. And then tonight, Wednesday, the Denver Nuggets are at Phoenix for game 2 of that series. So they're starting to really spread and drag along the series, giving players some good rest, as I can see, because they're not really loading up the games. They're giving them good travel days in between, I believe 2 games, because the Brooklyn Nets, Milwaukee Bucks series is 2 games down. So they've kind of left 3 days for travel and shit like that, practice and shit situated. I believe that they'll play on Thursday, but yeah, other than that, do you have any parting opinions about the playoffs so far?
Oh, not really. I think I said my piece. I think that's it. That's all for me.
I am going to part with saying the Los Angeles Lakers were a huge disappointment, even at a 7th seed. I thought they could have at least taken the series to 7. It was a bit surprising that with Anthony Davis out, that the series lasted 6 games even. I thought that could have been a 5-game series, especially the way the Suns were playing. But the Lakers just held on, and they need some pieces in the offseason and a maybe minor organizational switch. These next series are very intense. The 76ers Hawks is the exception to the fact. I don't believe that's going to be a real intense series. The Atlanta Hawks kind of stunted on the 76ers there in game 1, but I just see the 76ers getting that killer mentality and kind of taking over the rest of that series. But the rest of the series in the playoffs are going to be very intense, and the Eastern and Western Conference finals are just going to be fucking disgusting this year. So stay tuned for some really good basketball. We're going to be covering it every Wednesday until this shit is over with. I am waiting and figuring out what to do about the NFL season. I don't want to push it on everybody too quick, but I am getting very antsy with not posting anything about the NFL season other than the no cap recaps on Friday. Every single Friday, tune in and watch that. But I'm getting very antsy. So all my NFL fans out there, stay tuned. We got some big shit down the pipeline. Ezekiel Elliott. Is it going to be a new season, new Dak out there for the Dallas Cowboys or what?
New year, boys. Everyone's back. Everyone's healthy.
But the way I'm going to do it, I've figured it out. It's just a matter of dates. I'm not going to say any final dates right now because it's not official. But we're going to have a episode of Zoomin with the boys where we're going to go over the NFL schedule and all the trades that have gone through. I'm kind of waiting for Aaron Rodgers to figure out what he's doing, whether he's going to remain a Green Bay Packer or not. And then we're going to get right into the NFL. And then August, the week of August 1st, this is in the books already. We will be doing a huge NFL predictions episode. There's probably going to be like fucking 5 or 10 of us in the Zoomin with the Boys episode. I'm very excited about that. I'm getting fucking antsy about it. And next month is going to be, you're going to get 2 MLB episodes. One is going to be a June recap and one is going to be a halfway recap. So the All-Star break recap. But other than that, I'm just kind of waiting for these NBA playoffs to dwindle down. They're getting very exciting and they're starting to really ramp up right now. So every Wednesday, we're going to be covering the NBA playoffs. And maybe if you're lucky, there might be a little surprise episode of some baseball or some NFL sprinkled in on the mix on a Monday or something like that. But Zoomin with the Boys, NBA coverage every Wednesday, no cap recap, where I recap and review all the major sports drama and events that have happened in the last week. Is every single Friday on Potty Sports. I appreciate all the support that everyone gives the channel and the platform. Like, comment, subscribe, hit me up on Instagram, hit me up on Twitter. I'm always there for the debate. I'm always there to hear your hot take. And until next time, everybody, please go fuck yourselves.